Hey folks, it's Billy DKY, the truth seeker that simplifies and demystifies. This is going to be my video on helping Muslims find a new spiritual home, and it was inspired by Robert Welsh, or RF Welsh on YouTube. And basically, I'm starting to take a softer line. Yeah, I really need to, let's use the computer analogy again. You got Windows Vista. Like I'm using Windows Vista and I wanted to go to Windows 7.0 or Windows 7. There would be a transition program to help me convert over to Windows 7. Now, obviously, the religious systems that we have in this world, as far as like Islam, Christianity, and stuff like that, that's like DOS 1.0. So it's going to be a hard transitional program to get them from where they're at to falling away of growth. So I don't know, maybe that's something that gets developed, but this is just sort of the theory on it right now for helping Muslims find a new spiritual home. So okay, let's say you're a Muslim. You're not really you're not radical. You really are disappointed with what you got going on. You know there's got to be a better way because you don't feel like killing people. You don't want to be associated with other radicals, or maybe even Islam's not. Maybe just Islam just really is. There's a lot of doubt and misunderstanding that you're not really. There's not a lot of clarity to it that you're getting, and you're wanting to find a new place to be and a new. You don't want to give up being a spiritual person or having some kind of religious doctrine to follow, but at the same time, you don't want to be part of a system that's not really getting you to really where you want to go, and it's not really giving you the answers you need, and you're looking for a new way. Well, you just lucked out because you ran into it. Following the way of growth is the next step in the evolution of spirituality, and if you want to check it out, it's the first link in the information section of this video. And if you really want to understand life, it's basically this simple. What have you been doing what is the grass doing? Growing. What is the tree doing? Growing. What have you been doing since your conception? Growing. What has the universe been doing since the Big Bang formed? Growing. What has scientific knowledge been doing since antiquity? Growing. So it all boils down to growth, and from growth there's 9 common sense principles to follow that will there are actions that you can perform on a day-to-day basis and ways of thinking that produce results, and that's what Falling Away of Growth is about. And like I said, it's the first link in the information section of this video. Okay. So really, I mean, it's not really that difficult. So here's the way I like to look at Falling Away of Growth. Once you understand what life is really about, that core concept of growth, then those 9 principles give you a framework for analyzing and figuring out things. And not only is Falling Away of Growth a system for helping you progress, it's also a system for helping you understand where you're at now, how things in the past have happened and why they happened to get to here, and how to use that to move forward. So anyway, it's just upgrading your spiritual path. It's not about abandoning anything. It's about moving forward to something that works better than you previously had. And again, this video is not meant to incite or piss off Muslims or Islam. It's meant to progress us forward as a species, as a people. And so if you're looking for the next step in your spiritual path, it's Falling Away of Growth. And it's, like I said, first link in the information section of this video. Following the Way of Growth is very new. It came about in September of 2009. That's when I first had the revelation finally, because I'd been on a spiritual journey for 9 years and studied a lot of different religions and really hadn't found my message yet, and I finally found it. And it's rooted deeply in common sense. It's deeply rooted in reality, and it picks up all the best from science. It picks up the best from Buddhism. It picks up the best from Taoism. It picks up the best from the master martial artists of Japan. It picks up. I haven't really read a lot of Islam. However, I've read a little bit of it. And you're not going to find many fallacies in it. And if you do, I'd be more than willing to hear it and love for you to point out, because I would love to make Falling Away of Growth even better. So that's really, I think that's all I want to say. If you're looking for answers, you ran into the right channel. And again, it's about improving and growing. And so anyway, I wish you the best luck in transitioning. I know it ain't gonna be easy. I know it's not gonna be, especially if your life has been deeply rooted in Islam. I know it's not gonna be an easy path for you. I know that you're gonna have to let go of some cherished beliefs that you've held for a long time that just aren't true. And Falling Away of Growth, there's going to be a lot of things, but you got to look at it this way. Don't look at what you're losing. Look at what you're gaining. You're coming together with people. Islam, this Falling Away of Growth will bring you together with people instead of being, a Muslim or following Islam. That separates you from other people. Obviously, Muslims and Christians have a hard time getting along. So instead of being divided by your religion, what's your new religion, which I hate to call Falling Away of Growth a religion, it will bring you together with people around the world instead of being distanced. And that's really where the future is for people to come together instead of being divided. And a real quick message to my regular watchers and friends. It's time. The time has come to move past, arguing with religious people, and instead transitioning to people, taking a softer line and feeling sorry for religious people who are lost in past systems, and instead of fighting with them, help them transition. And those you can't help, don't worry about helping them. Leave them alone. If they're happy or they're hard-headed and won't move on, that's fine. Leave them where they're at. You can help the ones you can help, and leave the rest alone. And again, it's about taking a softer line. I think I've ranted and raved all I think I need to, and it's time, to move to the next level of being helpful instead of combative. And so I think that's really the right line to take, is being helpful instead of combative. Because there's, so that's what I think really needs to be done. So again, it's about, upgrading the spiritual systems instead of trying to destroy per se. So, and here's what I can see happening in the future after Falling Away of Growth gets bigger. There might be able, I get some Islamic people or Muslims who really are, deep in their faith, but they realize Falling Away of Growth is better, and they want to write a book to help transition them to, Falling Away of Growth from Islam. So if you're out there and you want to be part of moving, if you really truly care about the people you're around who are Muslims, and you want to help them transition into a system that allows them to get along with the rest of the people in the world instead of being, violent confrontation, which may be a very small minority, but still nonetheless that's the way it's perceived, especially in the West, in the United States where I'm at. And really, it's the same with Christians. If you're a Christian and you deeply rooted in Christianity, you really got it down to science, or you really got it down solid, and you know that Falling Away of Growth is the next level, and maybe there'll be a book that you can write to help transition people from Christianity to Falling Away of Growth. So anyway, I just want to give a quick little video on that. I'll probably do some more stuff on it because this is a fresh idea that just came about today. I probably won't get this video up for a couple days. I'm trying to do one a day, but I'd like to give a shout out again to Robert Welsh for confrontating with me or calling me out, and so it makes me think more. I mean, sometimes it can feel irritating in the moment, but it actually does cause me to grow. So I do appreciate it, even though I may be short with you at times, and I know. So anyway, that's all I really have to say. And good luck in transitioning. I know it ain't easy, and again, this video's not meant to incite, it's meant to help. So use it as such. Until the next video, later folks.